'cause we're here.
Are we?
You know what I'm noticing, and I'm enjoying this?
What?
We lowered our internet plan. We no longer have 500 megabits, blah, blah. We're down to like 300.
Haven't noticed the difference.
Haven't noticed a difference. I worried about streaming.
Mm-hmm.
So now the real question is, did we actually fix our audio? We think we did. We tested it, but that doesn't mean shit. Might as well lose the monetization right off the top. Just be done with it. Give me my tenths of pennies.
Just, jump right in there.
Start as you mean to go is what I'm saying. So... Oh, thank you, Andre. We exist. Thank you, Kim, for validating our existence. Hello.
Hello.
Kayla Lords.
John Brownstone.
Of Loving BDSM, where we help kinksters like you have happy, healthy power exchange relationships. There's our monthly Friday night live stream, Virtual Munch, and in about 30 minutes, Kinky Q&A, if anybody has any questions they'd like us to answer. Yeah. We're here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you got are you with me? I know, you're doing all the technical stuff. I know.
Not as easy as it used to be.
No, well, one, we don't have a flow.
Right.
And two, some of the things we did were to make it easier on us. And we have now made it harder on us. Other than the fact that I'm learning just how badly I slouch, I am enjoying this new setup. Never had a close-up of my boobs without a bra this much on YouTube. There goes our monetization. Look, it's Friday night. The bra came off. I just couldn't. Y'all are lucky I'm not like in my actual like little pajama t-shirt, or not t-shirt, but like sleeveless pajama thing that I'll wear around the house. I mean, it's got bleach stains on it. It's very low cut, sleeveless, and even when the headlights are not on, you can see the headlights. Not like it's sheer, but like the fabric clings in a way, and I'm like, oh, yep, there they are. Yeah. So no, I didn't wear that one, but you're still getting a braless me, is all I'm saying. Okay, are we getting comments on, oh my god, you sound like you're in a tunnel?
No, it doesn't appear to be.
Good.
No.
Oh, good. Julie said no echo today. Oh, thank God. I'm going to say hello to folks. Okay. Hi, Eva. Hi, Andre. Hi, Freckled Awesomeness. Hi, Julie. I'm scrolling. Hi, Kim. I'm scrolling. Hi, Awkwardish Panda. I'm scrolling. Hi, Mr. Spock. I'm still scrolling. Hi, Silent. Scrolling. Okay, there we go. If I miss somebody, let me know, but I was trying not to double up.
Well, since we're running just a tad bit late, I'm just going to... Hello, everyone.
Yeah. So, looking at the chat, this new 8 p.m. Eastern Time for the Friday night live stream started in January. We changed the time because we finally admitted we're just too fucking old to be streaming till midnight. We're not those people. I'm not sure we ever were, but we did give it a good go for several years. We have not decided when to start our summer schedule. We do our Wednesday live stream later in the day because it's too damn hot in the middle of the day. Last year we did 7 p.m. I want to have a conversation with JB about tweaking that time. We have not had that conversation yet. No. He may shut me down immediately. So I'm not saying what I'd like to do. I'd like to have that conversation where I'm not shut down in front of an audience. Thank you very much.
Smart girl.
Not too late. I'm not
girl.
I'm not completely crazy. So once we figure out what that time is and when we want to start that, then our Wednesday live streams will be later in the day as well, through the Florida summer months, which are not the same as like actual summer months.
I mean, we're already tapping 90s.
I know, but if my 10-day forecast holds, we'll have like 3 or 4 days where it dips again.
Okay.
Dip being a relative term. Yeah. Highs in the like 78. Right. For folks who don't do Fahrenheit, I don't know what that translates to. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And the only saving grace, the humidity hasn't set in yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Because once that hits, we're screwed. I mean, today was the first day in a while that I broke a serious sweat while working out in the garage. Like, you get warm, you know, but...
It was yesterday for me, especially when the sun came around.
Fucking sun's brutal. Let's
And then it just, it just hits right in that window in the shed, too.
Mrs. Pock. I see it. I see it. Hi, Leah. Hi, Sherry. So, yeah. What else? I had to take some Excedrin migraine from a headache that started yesterday that ibuprofen did not touch this morning. But then I think I got distracted and just didn't notice it. And not that, I think that probably sounds weird to say, like you have a headache so bad you're classifying it as a migraine and you didn't notice it. If I get focused enough, I don't notice anything going on with my body. Gotta pee, don't notice it. The one thing I don't ever lose focus on is if I'm hungry or not.
No, that's important.
Whatever
too.
my neurospicy is, I did not get the one that forgets to eat. Nope. Nope. That wasn't me. My kids got that. They can forget to eat.
Yeah.
Not this girl. But I lose all sense of anything.
I forget to eat.
I know. It's not truly healthy to forget to eat,
No.
but I'm just saying. I wouldn't mind if that part of the focus actually worked. But that's no. I just don't realize I have to go to the bathroom until, as you've seen a few times, I'm about to pee on myself.
Stand in her way.
And I can actually, not always, and not one that messes with, makes me light sensitive. Light sensitive I can never block out because I can't get it dark enough. But if I'm not light sensitive, sometimes I can just like not notice it. But the moment I kind of come back to reality, I fucking notice it. And I think that's why my jaw ached. I think I've been clenching my jaw all day because I think my head hurt, which I think my head hurt also because I was clenching my jaw. Which came first? I don't know.
Vicious cycle.
Vicious cycle.
Yeah.
But yeah, we found my Excedrin migraine. I couldn't find it. It was on the kitchen table next to all our other meds, and somehow I couldn't find it.
Blended in.
Yeah, it did. So 24 hours later, I hope I get to go to bed with no headache. Last night was bad. Last night I was light sensitive. That hurt. It hurt my eyes to have them open. Now I'm not sensitive in pain, but I'm very aware of the light.
Okay.
Yeah. Fun times. Fun times. Hi, Mally. So y'all have to look down a lot because to see the comments and see the live chat, I have to look at my phone because we haven't figured that out either. I'm not going to go around buying extra laptops just so we like that's not in the budget. We did order the new mics.
Yes.
I forgot to check the tracking. Kim, if you're talking to me, this is what's left of my Diet Coke from dinner. And I did make this last, but this is my second giant Diet Coke of the day, so whatever. But yesterday, I ended up drinking... So the cup you got me at Christmas is 40 ounce. I think it's a 32 or 40 ounce.
Yeah.
I drank 3 of those yesterday and then 1 this morning. And I was like, fuck it. As long as I've got Diet Coke, I'm drinking Diet Coke.
There you go.
We're going to Sam's Club tomorrow, so I should be able to get some Diet Coke from there and have it like on hand.
Yeah.
Look, I went and ran errands on a Friday with traffic being what it is, and I actually had to talk to people and deal with the public. I stopped in the middle and got a Diet Coke. That was 100% happening.
Yeah.
It was an 85-cent Diet Coke, so I feel like that makes it, passably better. And Diet Coke is 99% water, so I'm hydrated. Look. My pee is not the wrong color in either direction, so I am perfectly hydrated. Thank you very much. I could tell when you haven't had enough water, but I'm fine. Just saying. Oh my God, I have to take I don't take my eyes off. I take my glasses off.
That would be weird.
To read the comments. Sorry. Yeah, but Silent, the wall behind the camera is, what do you say, 5-6 feet away? Would that be accurate?
Yeah.
Right. And it's 6 to 8 inches wide, and the door is next to it, and the light box is on the other side. There's nothing that we can mount there.
Yeah,
And
no.
even if we could, we then really wouldn't be able to see it. The chat would be too far away. The problem is that we could, if we had a working, functioning tablet. All our tablets are so old they cannot be updated anymore. If we had a functioning tablet, we could probably mount it next to or just below the camera, but then we'd have to put it on like the gigantic font that like people who need help, visually or can't fully see. That, and then I'm not sure we would. I think then it wouldn't fit, and I just think we'd be screwed.
I miss the monitor.
I know. Even seeing the monitor wasn't quite perfect. Like, we just don't have a perfect setup.
No.
If I could have an unlimited budget and just, like, a completely encapsulated space that was just recording.
Yeah.
Design it, set it up.
Too much goes on in this room.
Yeah, this is a multi-purpose room.
This room does a lot.
Yeah, currently where all of the recording stuff is located is also the 2026 membership drive stuff.
Yeah.
Next to that is an empty box and a box of candle wax. Behind that
it's a shipping station.
It's a shipping station which has shipping stuff and resin stuff. This is a multi-purpose room.
Yeah. So this is all why I set up the computer in the other room. So I don't have to sit back here when I'm off duty.
Yeah, I don't sit back here when I'm off duty. If I'm sitting back here, I'm definitely working on something. Yeah. But I do work and life stuff. That's my big screen. True. The computer's my big screen. So
I get that.
Yeah. Oh, Lord. There we go. Here we go. Big fonts are okay. I'm just afraid I wouldn't be able to actually see the full comment, and it's so far away. I couldn't. We could try it one time. I mean, that's just. Anything's possible. I'm trying to keep up with chat, y'all. My whole point to all of that little rambling rant was to say I have to keep looking down at my phone and can't just look at y'all. So I'm not trying to be rude. Did I take my glasses off, which I have worn since I was 8 years old, to see? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yeah, the money I thought we would use on getting new glasses earlier this year, we used on Ella and Lola, quite frankly, mostly Ella. So I'm hoping it'll probably be next year. Yeah. What I need is to go get my eyes checked again, but also to have my glasses checked, because for all this progressive blah, blah, blah bullshit, if I look out the very top of my glasses, I can see far away mostly okay. I can't read small things, but I can see enough to function. Middle, I can't. I can't go back and forth far and distance easily no. So I don't want bifocals, because I think the line or the little thing will distract me. I just want new eyeballs that work.
The thing with bifocals, you don't have that middle distance. I love my progressives.
Yes, but you can see now I know when you get super close, you take your glasses off.
Yes.
This is how I read now. I'm not that close. I'm not here. I'm not trying to get detail work. I'm at a comfortable distance, and this is how I have to read.
I actually am more comfortable reading with my glasses off as well, and I'm not either.
So then I think progressives are the problem. But I'll stick with them because I don't think bifocals will actually, I think that would be worse in some ways.
Yeah.
Or if there was a way I could actually test it out at my prescription without having to pay for it, and then I could actually determine.
Yeah. You know, I've tried readers. They didn't do anything.
No, yeah. I mean, did I use my prescription to create readers? Because that's the other thing. I sit at my desk at my computer. I can't wear these. I literally cannot see the screen. Everything goes blurry. I'm not that far from the screen, y'all. So I went through Zenny and had my close-up prescription. Just those are my glasses, and that's what I use at my desk.
Yeah. I wonder if it could be the shape of your glasses. I have heard that certain styles do not do progressives well.
I have never heard that, but that would make sense to me. I have, since getting progressives, every year my frames have gotten larger to try and give myself more space. So I don't know. Yeah. And I don't really have a weird shape. So hopefully this would be a standard that a progressive lens could handle. But I really am going to like have like those they're getting bigger and bigger. My glasses are going to cover my face. Like more of my face. Yeah. Glasses always cover your face. That's how I drive. Oh, my distance is fine. My sunglasses are for distance, so I drive just fine. When I'm wearing my actual glasses and I'm driving, I just look. So let me put my glasses back on. The very kind of top third of my lenses is perfect for distance. I just have to look up and look over the horizon. But when I'm driving during the day, I'm now exclusively wearing my sunglasses. What sucks about that is if I'm at a red light and I'm like, oh shit, let me see that text on my phone. I now can't see it because it's my distance. Oh, it's all wonky. It's all wonky.
Melly asked if you've tried prism
lenses. I have.
I don't even know what those are.
I've never heard of those.
Me either.
Molly, what are prism lenses? You know, I heard, like, this is what? The first time I heard about laser eye surgery, LASIK, whatever, 30 years ago, right? Like late 90s is when I think it became more popular or well known. I don't know when it actually came out, but that's when I have a vague memory of hearing about LASIK, right? Yeah. And first at that point I was like, oh no, nothing can go near my eyes. Then I was like, oh, maybe I'll think about it. Maybe it could be an option. And then I heard, this is 20, 30 years ago, y'all. So take that with a grain of salt. It was like, oh, well, it might not even make your vision 2020. You might still need glasses. And I was like, well, what the fuck's the point for me? Anybody else? I don't care. I was like, well, what's the point if I'm still going to have to get glasses? Like, I'm not even going to bother.
There were several, what they call eye institutes in Tarpon Springs that did the the LASIK. Yeah.
I also, back in the day when 2020 on ABC was what you watched. It was a precursor to true crime stuff, I think. I watched many a 2020 like special on botched medical procedures, including LASIK. And I think LASIK's the brand name. I think it's like laser eye surgery or whatever. And I'm sure over 30 fucking years, it has changed a lot.
One would hope it's improved.
One would hope. But the horror stories of what happens when something goes wrong with your eyeballs, like that just, that freaks me out. I don't even like anything near my eyeballs to begin with. I'm very grateful in that way to wear glasses. I have at least some semblance of eye protection. Everything's coming at me. Look, I spent my formative childhood years in PE getting hit in the face with a ball. Every school year from about first or second grade through 6th grade. 7th grade is when I stopped having to do PE because I did marching band. And if you were in the marching band, that was your physical activity. You didn't have to do PE. Life was so fucking good. But multiple times in a school year in PE, the ball would hit me in the face. I had no ability to get my hands up fast enough. Or, I'm going to continue to prove how weird I am. I know my spatial skills are really bad. I do not have a lot of spatially. I don't know where I exist in time and space. So I'll play this game when I get the zoomies at night with JB, where I'll try to touch his nose without, like, a part of his face without focusing on it, just to show how bad my spatial awareness is. And I frequently miss the part. Like, I'll be going for his nose or be going for his forehead, and I miss completely, like, just nowhere near. Those are the skills I am bringing to PE when a ball gets thrown around. Dodgeballs. Football caught me in the chest. Basketballs. Softball caught me in the lower back. I still don't know how that happened. I still don't know. But dodgeballs in the face for sure, which that's like the nature of dodgeball.
Right.
Dodgeball's fucking evil. It should die a fiery fucking death. It is torture for those of us kids who are not physical.
I've had my share of glasses broken in dodgeball.
Oh my god. Oh my god. But yeah, basketballs. A lot of basketballs. Soccer ball once. Somebody kicked it, I guess. Right at me. I got lucky and never knocked my teeth out. But yeah, the amount of glasses. The rule was I would get new glasses every school year. And we would do Lynn's Crafters back in the day when that's where you went.
Yes.
And only on the buy one, get one. I was walking out with 2 pairs of glasses. Why? Because one would get broken.
Inevitably, yep.
Inevitably. And then when the second pair inevitably broke, then I had to spend the rest of the school year with some form of tape, not Scotch tape. My dad was like, no, that's not going to hold anything. Did I have glasses with electrical tape on them? Yes, I did. Mm-hmm. In a pinch once, was there duct tape?
Oh,
yes, there was. Yeah. Anyway, I have to take my glasses off to read the live chat. Oh my god.
It was a happy day when I picked up my first little eyeglass repair kit to keep on hand.
Yeah. I was always picked last for every team sporting thing in PE. Nobody wanted me on and I don't blame them. I didn't want to fucking be there. Like, I was embarrassed that I was picked last, but I was always like, yeah, I get it. I don't even want to be here. You don't want me. I will be the weakest link on your team. You won't win. But yeah, every time. The only I did learn the trick. Look, okay, TMI, but that's what we do here, right? I got my period at a very young age. I was literally in elementary school. If, like, hormone blockers had been an accessible thing then, I don't even know if they existed then. No, that was the 80s. I probably would have gone on them because I started puberty way too fucking early. Like, precocious puberty. I was, like, 8 when I started puberty. So I was in elementary school when I got my period, and I was the only child that the teachers talked about it. So it wasn't like I just guessed. The teachers were like, she's the only one who's got her period. Nobody knew how to handle me. When I learned that if you tell your kind of not the brightest bulb in the box PE coach, who's terrified of your father, by the way, so that worked in my favor, that you have period cramps, you get to sit out. That was 1 week a month where I just was like, and I really did have period cramps, but I've been pushing through pain since whatever. So it's like, meh. I used that shit. So hard.
That was your gold card.
Oh my god. I could just walk I would either get to sit down or I could get to walk the track while everybody was doing whatever. And everybody was happy. I wasn't sucking up anybody's team and making them. I wasn't the reason they were losing. I didn't have any balls flying in my face. No, my PE coach in elementary school really was afraid of my father because my PE coach didn't believe me when I had a sprained wrist and made me do activities that bothered my sprained wrist. And so my father went up to the school and yelled at him. That's core memory. I can visualize it every time I think about it. And from that day on, if I was like, oh no, I have a little paper cut, I got to sit out. Whatever, and I fucking used that shit. PE was torture. How many times you gotta get hit in the face with the ball before somebody takes mercy on your dumb ass and is like, just go sit down in the grass and you'll be fine. Lord. And gee, no wonder I dread actual exercise or moving my body or working out. My own children are the reason, Silent, that those 3-for-1 places exist. Both kids,
Yeah.
when they were little, and I say little, each of them started wearing glasses between kindergarten and first grade. I can't remember who started in kindergarten, who started in first grade, but one or the other. And for the first 3 or 4 years, they would each break a pair of glasses.
Oh, yeah.
So we started getting them 2 pairs.
Mm-hmm.
They were, fortunately, they always had the insurance where you could kind of do that and it wouldn't be too terribly expensive.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't anything too fancy, but yeah, you can get. Yeah, we were almost on a first name basis with that one lady.
Oh.
At the place in Tarpon.
Oh
we
my
used
God,
to
the
go.
optical outlet. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
forever bringing glasses in going, can you fix these?
Yeah. Yeah.
No. Oh God, Mr. Spike, if I had surgical tape on my glasses, I would have just, that would have been worse. Surgical tape is so bright. So bright. Mr. Spock said, wow, the look on JB's face when Kayla said, nobody knew how to handle me. It's a lifelong thing. Yeah. You know how. You just,
Yeah. No, I know how.
You're just tired, is what you're saying. I feel like that's what you're
Sometimes I
saying.
just need a rest, you know?
Look. I drop big hints. I'm not big on hinting at things. Y'all know, like clear communication. But I drop big ass hints because he actually picks up on what I'm putting down. I will be oblivious if he starts hinting, but I can hint and he knows what I mean. And then I knew he understood what I was hinting at, but nothing was happening. So I started being more explicit. And then he got sick because I was like, look. I'm going to need you to throw me around a little bit, to be mean to me in the nicest way possible, to let me turn my brain off, to just handle me. And I don't know, maybe the scope of it is a little intimidating. I don't know. Look, I'm ready to be in my soft girl era, but somebody's going to have to do the thinking around here for me to be able to do that. I have always had a bad habit of making myself so good at what I do that it feels like I'm indispensable, and everybody else is like, well, we don't even know what to do now because we haven't had to think about it. Oh, Lord.
Oh, goodness.
No, dodgeball days. There was be panic on dodgeball days. Wasn't hard to get out. I don't know why I didn't just go, look, fucking hit me with a fucking ball and let me go sit down. I don't know why I didn't do it. Okay.
What?
My YouTube is being weird. Okay.
Oh.
So, anyway, it's 8:30 now. I have an ad. Wow.
I've had several.
Oh, well, that's the first one I've had, and it froze my YouTube app. Okay, it's 8:30, so we will keep talking, but it is also Q&A time, so if you have any kinky questions that you would like us to give our opinion on or to, like, inform about or whatever, you can ask them. Here are some rules before you start typing. 1, please tag us at Loving BDSM. Loving BDSM is all one word, no spaces. It used to light up for us, and now everything is different, so just bear with us. So there's that. 2, if your question requires more than the maximum character limit of a single live chat, it's too long for here, you can contact us through our contact page on our website. Link is down in the down below. Isn't everything in the down below? And if you ask your question and you don't think we're getting to it fast enough, do not spam the live chat. You will be put into the corner by our wonderful moderators, whom we give total reign to do whatever they got to do on that. So, and I would be too nice. It's one reason I can't moderate our own live chat. I'd be like, is that what they actually meant? Maybe I'm taking it wrong. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. And our friends are like, nope, that was suspicious. You're gone. I need somebody who can do the shit I can't do, okay? So if you have any questions. They can be about us too. Like you can ask us anything, but mostly people ask questions about like your own situation. Either way, we will keep being completely random and chaotic in between the questions. So I have to take my glasses off again because I need to read live chat. So I am like a little kid. Mally says, I crash out if I don't go to bed early. I am to this day like the little kid I was all those years ago. I know I need to go to bed. I don't want to go to bed. Even when I'm exhausted, even when my body's like so heavy, I'm like slumped on the couch. I'm not actually like, can't focus on anything. I can't do anything. I'm still a little cranky when I have to go to bed.
Yeah, even when it's time to, roll over and go to sleep.
Yeah, I do. I fight it like a little kid. I'm yawning, going, but I don't want to go to sleep. When I was younger, like when each time the kids were infants, right? The oldest and then the youngest. I would be exhausted and wouldn't want to go to bed. I think this is a common thing that happens to all kinds of people, but I recognized it in the infant stage of children, which was I never had a moment to myself. So if there was a time when those children were asleep and safe and didn't need me, and there wasn't dinner to make, there wasn't work to do, and I could just sit and do whatever, oh God, I did not want to go to bed. This was like the 5 minutes I got to myself. I think if left to my own devices, I would be more of a night owl, because a million years ago, I did tend to wake up later in the day. I've never naturally been an early riser. I'm an early riser now because I've had to do it since I was like, the oldest was born in 2005, so I certainly started then. But yeah, I got minimum of 20 plus years of having to wake up and be up very early. I don't like it, but I can do it.
You've done it, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I do think if left to my own natural devices, then that's what I would do. I don't want any of our mods to be in pain or be tired or have a reason to be cranky, but I do love it when they're cranky because they don't take no damn bullshit, and I love that. So, yeah, our gas prices here in our part of Florida, the highest I saw them get was $4.19 a gallon. The lowest I saw among all the gas stations I saw when I was running errands was $3.94.
Okay.
And that was one of the independent gas stations. So I was like, oh, you got your gas at one of the dips in prices.
Yeah. Yesterday, when I was out, it was $4.01.
Yeah, $3.96 at the Wawa we go to. We have a question. Sherry asks, how do I start explaining to my roommate that her boyfriend is not a dominant? That's a tricky one.
Yeah.
Because unsolicited advice is not always received well.
No.
And I don't have a lot of friends, so I don't have to have these kinds of conversations. I know, unless your friend is the type who only ever responds well to blunt, almost confrontational, like, what the fuck are you doing? I know that's not actually probably the best answer. I like to, and I see people say this, and I like the idea of coming at a friend with curiosity, asking questions, to kind of see where their head is at. Asking if they want your opinion, if they'd like to know what you think. I mean, that won't always go the way you want it to, but depending on your type, like I have known people have been married to this person before. I have given birth to this person before. If you tell them something, they will immediately reject it because if it wasn't their idea, they don't hear it. So if a person's like that, it's even like you just can't. You kind of have to let them find out on their own. Hopefully, as long as they're like not in danger and they're safe. If they're open and receptive to it, sharing resources so they can learn for themselves what a decent dom is and what they should be expecting from a dominant partner. I guess I'm just not wearing glasses for this freaking live stream. But that would be, you know, it depends on the nature of the person and the nature of your friendship, right? If it's like your ride or die, y'all been together through like the worst things, it's sometimes easier to be brutally honest. If they're a person who says and actually means they want you to tell them like it is, great. But some people do, they're not going to hear you. My entire fucking family let me marry the dumbest fucker because they knew the moment they told me I shouldn't do that, I would do it faster, harder, worse. And some people are like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So
I think what might make the distinction is she in danger?
Right.
Okay, is
Right.
this something
Person in
where
danger, yeah.
she is in danger of getting actually hurt?
Right. And that is a
you know,
different.
That's a little different.
Right.
You know, if he's just not stepping up and doing what he needs to do or they need to do, you know, that's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's also a hard thing because,
Yeah.
I mean, even outside of kink, somebody can be in a bad, dangerous situation and still not be ready to leave or be ready to acknowledge it. So it does depend on what level of that's not a dom are we talking about. And again, it goes back to how receptive they might be. A thing I've definitely heard people talk about, and it resonates with me, is if you know you have that kind of friend who cannot be told what they ought to do, they kind of have to come to it on their own terms, just knowing that you're there for them, as long as that's good for your well-being, like that's a thing that has to be taken into account. But if they can know and you are willing and is okay for you to, that you are supportive of them, then it becomes easier when they do finally realize, wait, this is some bullshit, right? Because then they have somebody that they can kind of turn to. That was, I'll say this, for all that I was a little annoyed that the entirety of my family just let me marry a dumbass. I was my best friend my two best friends at the time that I decided to leave him. I knew they hadn't judged me before, and I knew I could come to them and they wouldn't judge me then, you know. Or if they had judged me, they did it in their head. Where we get to think whatever the hell we want to think. And that was good too, because it meant, you know. But again, I was safe. It was not in a bad situation. So that is part of it. So yeah, think about who your friend is. If they're not in danger, ask questions like, what about this person, you know, makes them a dominant, or, you know, what do you know about this? Where, like what do they know about kink, right? And if they're open to it, then send them some, resources, you know? But yeah, it's sometimes all you can do is kind of, as long as they're even, God, I hate it. I hate that even when they're in danger, you kind of have to just let a person do the thing, because they have to want to be helped or whatever.
True.
But yeah, as long as it's okay for your mental and emotional and physical well-being, just being supportive, you know, and offering to answer questions and educate them, and, you know, yeah. But if you see bad behavior, you know, that leading with curiosity thing can look like, so how did you feel about that? Or, you know, does this allow you to feel submissive? Are you getting out of submission what you want? Like those questions that are more about them and less about this shitty dom that they have. Sometimes you can kind of like wind your way around to your point, or they will get there with you, and
that's planting a seed.
Right. And sometimes that's all you can do as well. Right. It's very difficult, but yeah. I don't know the context, but Silent says you have to make things as simple as possible for the Americans. There's not a lie there.
Yes.
Okay. I saw a question come up. Let me get back to it. Leah asks, how did you figure out that you may be a little? A couple of things. One, I was reading back in the day I was reading. I didn't listen to podcasts or watch videos. Blog reading. I was reading about people's experiences with it, and I was resonating, and I was reading fiction, but I was resonating with some of that, so that was part of it. But the reality is, even though there was a part of me that resonated with the concept, the I have to be a grown-up every day and be responsible, that part of me wanted to reject it, was very uncomfortable with it. Not uncomfortable in, oh God, I know that's not for me, but like, I'm not supposed to want that. What is wrong with me? So that was part of it. And then it was, and I don't know if it was a side-by-side thing or if it was a step-by-step process. I don't quite know how I got there, but I started doing things, the activities that I had seen other people do with their experience as a little, not age play because that's not my thing, but like the, you know, have a stuffy, watch cartoons, stuff I had not done since I was a little kid, and that brought me that kind of feeling of, okay, I have this headspace that I like. It did coalesce and like just solidify when I started being called baby girl and calling somebody daddy, and that we didn't even do that right away.
No.
But I actually struggled with it. I did not struggle with figuring out I was submissive. That was like puzzle piece in place. I make sense now. Feeling like I was a little in some way, and I sort of think of myself as a little light. You know, I don't even do some of those activities I used to do anymore. There's not time and mental and emotional space to do some of those things anymore. But I let myself do the things that felt good, and I learned with support from friends and a partner and whatever, I kind of let go of that I'm not allowed to do this feeling. That came more as I just became more comfortable in, you know, embracing my kink self. That was a time thing. But it did help when I started doing things that kind of spoke to the little side of me. It also helped when I was I could have done it all along, but I allowed myself, let me put it that way, to behave in the way that I consider to be my little self, both positive and negative. I was allowed to pout. I was allowed to whine. I was allowed to be giggly and, you know, childlike, in a kind of carefree way. And when I had those experiences, then I felt like I was on firmer ground. But I had to let myself have some experiences, even if it was in the privacy of my own home and nobody was around me to know what I was doing and I wasn't talking about it, to then think about how it made me feel and try to be as honest with myself as I could be, right? Because it's very easy to gaslight yourself and it's very easy to be in denial. But I think I understood myself enough to know that I tend to reject things I think I'm not supposed to want, or that I'm not supposed to have or be, because of some idea I have in my head of who I am and what's air quote appropriate. And that is a different feeling for me than the feeling of, I just don't like this, right? Like, so when I start to have those kinds of, I'm not supposed to want this, or, you know, this isn't appropriate for somebody my age, somebody at this stage of life, whatever, that actually is now a signal to me that I'm going to have to like get over my own bullshit and think about this a little bit more, because I'm now denying myself something that some part of me wants but doesn't think I'm supposed to have or be or do or whatever. That part has come with time. I'm not always that self-aware, but I get there eventually these days. So that was a very long-winded way of saying it's kind of a process. It's kind of a process. So thank y'all for your questions. And I always love the live chat, but I love the live chat because then it's like other people going, here, you just gotta hear some other things you can think about.
Yeah,
So
we have an amazing community.
we do. Oh my God, I'm watching myself on screen. I am the old lady who takes her glasses on and off. My grandma did stuff like that. I'm not a grandma, and I'm not ready to feel like a grandma. Oh, did I mention this on Wednesday? I don't remember if I did. I don't think I might have. I'm at that stage of life where I repeat myself because I don't remember what I've said, but also I've kind of always been that way. Anyway. So after the 20-year-old's concert, there's always a space, an area we meet him at after the concert, so we could talk for a few minutes. And it used to be so we could gather him and go feed him and take him home. And now it's like, yeah, love you too, gotta go, I'm tired. It's fine. And his girlfriend now sits with us at concerts, which is really cool. I have no problem with that. And so she's there when we're all meeting up. And somehow, the other night, for just like 10 seconds, there was a mention of me being called grandma because her mom wants to be Meemaw. And I was like, well, I definitely don't want that, so she can have it. and I'm saying what my mother said, which is I don't care what my grandchildren call me as long as they call me. But then I'm also having this out-of-body experience of, you're 20 and you're a junior in college.
Right. Barely done
And
with
I
school.
don't want to talk about this. Thankfully, their response is, we're not doing that for a long time. But they were looking at what I like is they've clearly had this conversation, which this early in a relationship, I mean, I'm kind of impressed to have those hard conversations to kind of see where you align with your values. That's a good thing. But I was like, can we stop talking about this? You're too young. I mean, he's a legal adult. If it happened, I'd be like, well, I'll get you some Pampers, I guess. But he's not interested in having children anytime soon, but he has known for years he wants to be a dad. And based on what I'm hearing from the youngest, that's the only way I'm getting grandchildren. So I'm glad he's enthusiastic. But I was like, why are we having this conversation? And I then said, can I be closer to like a stereotypical grandma age before anybody pops out kids? Okay, that would be great. I'm only 46. So, now I've been told my grandma name will be Grandma. Why do I know this right now? I don't want to know this right now. I'm not. Nope. Anyway, sorry. Now I'm focusing on live chat. And,
Yeah.
the conversation in live chat is, people who want their partner to call them mommy or daddy or whatever. It's a tough one. The vibe can resonate sometimes, and the terms just not right. I still get too much glee when one of the kids, like, they're usually asking for something, but when they call me mommy, I'm like, oh my God, my mom heart just grew 2 sizes. So I know that even if I was the dominant type in power exchange, I could not be called that, it's.
Well, I thought being called daddy for a long time.
And I'm not saying this would work. I got lucky that I did this way. But while you're being fucked within an inch of your life, then for just to go even, he literally fucked me off the bed. I was hanging off the side of the bed after I called him daddy during sex. The thing is I did that knowing that if he did not like it, 1, I would apologize, and 2, I would not do that again. But I was like, it was on the tip of my tongue the whole time, and I was literally losing focus on the fucking because I kept thinking, I really want to call him this. He's giving me the vibe. I took a chance and I got lucky. I could have been so wrong. So it's not something I recommend. I think
The stars were in alignment.
Yeah, I think some part of me knew you weren't rejecting the vibe. It's just you weren't sure about the word. You just really weren't sure about the word. Because you were already doing the daddy stuff.
Yeah.
You were very daddy-like. I would prefer it when you're not stern daddy. That's not... I like fun daddy. I like the daddy who's like, of course you can have another Diet Coke, baby girl. Let's go to the store, baby girl. Like, that's the daddy I like. Well, I mean, Stern Daddy in a scene, I'm not mad at that, but that's different. That's different. But you know, some of the I'm going to include JB in this, but some of the best doms I know who are also sadists did have a little freak out about being sadistic. And I think that's probably a good sign. Yeah. If you didn't stop to question it, just even for like 30 seconds, I don't know. That would give me pause.
Kind of a good point. I never really thought of it that way.
I mean, realizing that you enjoy causing pain or being the cause of pain or whatever, however that translates for somebody who's a sadist, you know, that should take you a little bit of like, wait, I've been told my whole life I'm not supposed to do shit like that. So one, I'm not supposed to do shit like that, and two, I don't think I'm supposed to enjoy it. Like, that tells me you have a conscience, you know? I'm not saying other sadists can't come to it in a different way, but I'm just saying, I think that's...
Seems that's how some came by it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You know, I would love to know from other masochists, because I didn't question the masochist part. The only question time I question the masochist part is, am I really a masochist? Because there were so many different types of pain I didn't like. Mm-hmm. But it's almost like, maybe it's because I've never seen somebody question their masochism. I'm sure somebody has. Of course somebody has. But is it more common for the sadist to question themselves than the masochist to question themselves? It doesn't actually matter. It's an individual thing. But I'm curious. Of all the conversations I've seen online over however long it's now been, don't make me do math, I have no memory of seeing a masochist question themselves. And it didn't occur to me to question myself as a masochist. Except, like I said, the self-recrimination where I wasn't doing it right, which... Of course I had those thoughts. But just a reminder for anybody joining us, we are taking your kinky questions. Please make sure to tag us at Loving BDSM, no space. It doesn't light up currently, but it does. I could see it a little bit easier. And your question should be within the character limit of a single live chat. If it's longer than that, you should use our contact page. It'll come to me as an email. And don't spam the chat. You know, Kim, maybe that was me too. Kim says, I didn't question the masochist side, but I blame that on all the erotic romance I read, so I was comfortable with the idea when the light bulb went off. That resonates with me, because by the time I kind of figured out, yeah, I'm a masochist on some level, I have been reading a lot of smut, and the stuff that could capture my attention and that I was like, oh yes, this is a one-handed read, was always the stuff where there was degradation and there was pain and there was like, how much can the sub or bottom take? And I was like, yeah, even to this day. I mean, there's some, I like some, and only if it's well written, dark romance, when it's that kind of thing, when it's like, how much can this person take and how much pain, emotional and physical, and you know, yeah, oh, when I discovered literotica, first of all, a whole world opened up. But there was like a 5 or 6 part series at the time. I could not find it again if you paid me. I do not know how I found it the first time. It was dark, and it was full of sadism and masochism on top of power exchange, and I was riveted. I was rereading it over and over again. Oh yeah. Demon Bunny, that makes so much sense. Yeah. Demon Bunny says, I question myself as a masochist because of the abuse I suffered in my previous marriage. Yeah, that makes total sense. That makes total sense. But yeah, I have slowly learned that some of the masochism is a sensory seeking thing. It's very much there's a dopamine hit when the sensation is just right.
Well,
Now, if I'm in the right headspace for, we've talked about this in the past, for enduring sensations that I would not choose for myself, that's a different kind of dopamine.
Okay.
But my head has to be just right. Like, I cannot be...
Yeah, no, that's not something you just say, okay.
Right, no. Yeah. I have to really want that endurance and / submission. I mean, it's a form of submission to endure like that. And to choose to endure like that, I would say. Mm-hmm. And so I have to be in the right headspace for that, which means I can't be in my head too much about other things. It can't be a day where I'm like, even you were coming up to me going, are you okay? Is there anything, like, what is going on with you? I can't be one of those days. I've got to be
one would hope
all
not.
Cylinders firing and in mostly a good mood.
Yeah.
I can't do it when I can do the pain and the sensation, specifically impact, because that's my jam, that I can do those sensations I love when I'm in that low headspace. Mm-hmm. Because then it kind of...
Is it the familiarity?
It's a comfort. That thud sensations, which that's my sensation of choice. Mm-hmm. Thudding sensations are very comforting to me. You know, we talk about this between us. I'd say it's like a deep tissue massage. Mm-hmm. And that's... I can lose myself in that even when my headspace is not good. Probably not always. It's not like every time I'm in a low, like a... mm-hmm. You go, hey, let's do some thuddy impact. So I mean, I don't have any like data for this. This is anecdotal, right? I mean, I'm here for some impact and pain and sensation for science. So. Emmy and Audrey says, just an update. I had asked a few months ago about adding some power exchange / kink into our wedding vows, getting married in September, and have the perfect vows. Thanks to y'all. Yay! Yay! And also, congrats.
Congratulations.
Happy wedding. Erica asks, thanks for the question. Erica asks, can you be both a sadist and a masochist? Sure. Sure. Mm-hmm. If switches can exist within power exchange, then I don't know if switching would be the right term. You can go back and forth between different things. Yeah. I imagine that's there's no single way of doing that. It could be sensation wise. It can just be you like to do a thing that maybe you don't like to receive, or maybe you like doing and receiving. But it's 100% possible. 100% possible for sure. I'm scrolling. Leah said, you are not dumb for asking any question. No. Leah says, what's the difference between thuddy and stingy? So everybody experiences sensation differently and uniquely to them, but I can only describe it in broad general terms the way I experience it. Stingy is sharp. It's burn. I always say it's kind of surface level, like sort of,
I would say probably the closest thing to say stingy would probably be from a hand.
Yeah. You know what the analogy I was thinking? It's not an analogy, but if you've ever had somebody whip a kitchen towel at you, that feeling, that is stingy. Okay. Now, there are a lot of variations between that. Thuddy, to me, it's deeper. It is a little bit like a massage. My preferred thud, there's no sharpness to it. Sensation can have both. You can have the sharp of a sting-like sensation and a thud at the same time. I think that's probably more common than just one or the other. I say that as half a team of people who make and sell paddles. I have tried every paddle, and some of them are both, and it's like... But I don't think this is actually what's happening, but the way my mind thinks of sting versus thud is sting feels like the pain is in the skin top layer, And thud feels like the sensation is in the muscle and has gone deeper. That's not universally true. I'm thinking of the evil stick, which that sensation goes straight to the core of my body and out the other side. It's so intense, and it's a burn all the way. But that is how I think about sting versus thud. Thud tends to happen with heavier impact. Heavier can be typically is the thing you're hitting with. So if it is heavier or thicker, you get more thud, even though you can still get sting on top. If it is lighter and thinner, you will get more sting. Silent has a good one. Sting is for welts, thud is for bruises. Yeah, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Slapped versus punched. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So. Hi, X. My Diet Coke is not allowed to tip over. But yeah, it's, I've been doing a thing grasping for every single sale we can get, because this is a wonderful economy to be selling products people don't need, but they want. I've been leaning into trying to explain sensations and outcomes from different toys. So like an email went out for the Kinky tonight, thekinky.com, about toys that have the best chance of creating a mark on the skin. Not everybody wants a mark. Some people desperately want marks, but everybody is so unique that some people, they can't mark no matter what they do, no matter how hard the sensation is. Other people, you look at them wrong and like press into them a little bit and they've marked up. And so I'm doing this like balancing act of, let me tell you about this toy that there's no such thing as a universal, but many of you might have this experience. And I have to do that with sensations too, like sting and thud, when I'm trying to describe what you can expect to feel with this particular toy. And I'm like, except your mileage may vary because everybody's different and has a unique experience within their own body. It's very hard to sell sometimes. Because there's almost always that one person in the comments that's like, well, actually, I experience it this way. And I'm like, I know. I can't. No such thing as a universal. Thanks, Andre. I don't know when we'll do the next Dollars for Demos. We can't do it tonight because the shorts I'm wearing are practically see-through, and I'd like to continue having a YouTube page.
Yeah, they don't. Let's not give them an excuse.
Julie, because I am happy for nobody to have to pay full price, even at our own site. If you hold off as long as you would, that you need, for obviously, like, duh, but we are going to try and do a spring sale. I don't know if it'll be late April or early May. We got to do a paddle restock, a real big paddle restock first. So, and we're continually, like, just today we restocked Canes and Evil Sticks. The next one will probably be mini Delrins. We're not out, we're just a little lower. Okay. Diabolicals will not be restocked. We have a few left, Diabolical sticks. Diabolicals will not be restocked until the end of May. Like, we've already pre-planned that.
I have a big stack of various paddles that are ready for sanding.
I know, I'm very excited. Yeah. I'm very excited. We have, I don't know how long it'll last. I don't know if we'll have to pivot at some point to do it differently, but the way we've been keeping wood and having wood available and milling and prepping, and the way we've split up the workload, it feels like restocks are easier. Yeah. All restocks take time. Y'all know, it's literally just the two of us.
The one thing that's slowing me down right now is that my good sander is not working.
I know.
I know what's wrong with it. The parts have been ordered, but months down the line, still waiting for them.
I know, to the point that he did not call the tool place. He went to the tool place and was like, where the fuck's my part that I've already paid for? Yeah, that is slowing things down for sure. Silent, I'm sure we'll just adjust the camera for the time. I don't know. It'll be interesting. It'll be an adventure. Kim, I don't want to go change shorts. These are my comfy shorts. Thank you. I agree. Teji says the thumper is fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
I had to take it down from, it's not down from the site, it's just not easily accessible. Because when it's sold out, we have a thing on most of our products, maybe all, I don't know, where once it's sold out, you can get yourself on a list to get an email notification when they're back in stock. That way, you get first dibs before I start telling everybody it's back in stock. I had to take that down from the site, partly because I don't like to show a bunch of sold out stuff that doesn't necessarily look good. And two, we had too many people sign up. I'm like, we like to at least try to have enough for the wait list. Not everybody will come back and buy from the wait list, but you can get most people who would come back and then still have some for the other people, and you can like market it and make some sales. We won't be able to make that many for the people who are on the wait list.
Wow.
So,
well, I will be getting back to making them.
Yeah, you had to
soon
fix a
again.
thing to be able to do that too.
Yeah. When I updated my lathe, bought my new lathe,
Which is almost paid off.
Yeah.
So excited.
the there's a part that I need to make the thumpers. It fit for my old lathe. I've had to retool it
Yeah.
to the new lathe.
It's having to jerry rig it.
Yeah. So just about done with that. I got the last bolt I need.
Yeah, we were getting all the parts and pieces together to retrofit so you could use it so you could make thumpers,
Right.
and then you got sick.
Mm-hmm.
We were like on a fucking roll, y'all. We
were.
were doing shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got sick.
Yeah.
Which I'm just glad you're better. I'm glad it was not like a dangerous
too.
thing or a serious thing. It was a miserable thing.
Oh,
but
yeah.
So, yeah, and always slows down momentum when that happens. But we, knock on wood, after we're now in our 6th year of doing this, we seem to have finally figured out, for the current moment, a method where he's not on a hamster wheel, and we get restocked much faster.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm liking the way things have been working. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we're still fine-tuning some things.
Oh, sure. I don't feel like I'm on a hamster wheel,
Mm-mm.
but I always have side projects I want to be working on. I have lists of things, blah, blah, blah. And with the amount that I now do, there is no time for that. Partly because I'm struggling with focus and executive function. I'm struggling. But also, the Kinky is where we have the highest revenue of everything we do. And so we have to support that and keep that going. That is paying the mortgage, which just keeps going up every year. Let me complain about that for a minute. From the time we bought this house and the mortgage we were paying under the sad escrow estimate they give you, that's not realistic because it's not anyway, from that to current day, with the way property taxes have increased and home insurance in Florida, holy shit, we are paying $500 more a month on our mortgage. So I know that's not as bad as folks who rent and how that's gone up in several years. But when we were like, we're doing better, why do we feel so broke? I'm like, our mortgage is $500 more.
Yeah, everything
on
just
top
keeps
of
getting-
every other price increase. So,
anyway. And, just like I was talking about the parts for my sander, things take forever right now to come.
Yeah. So, yeah, I need to restock wax play candles because we're gonna do like a volume discount thing I don't know if we're gonna do it promotional or we're gonna do it forever and never amen, I don't know, on candles, but I feel like I got like 3.5 candles left. I know there's more, but it feels like we're down. And then I want to do I have a plan and an idea for a set of candles in June. I had a major plan. I had an overly ambitious plan that I wanted to do in June. And then I brought myself back down to reality. So what I want to do is this is what I want to do. This is not what I will be doing. what I want to do is to create bundles of wax play candles in different pride flag colors. Not every pride flag, because that is not would not be feasible right now, but in like several pride flag color combos. That is not doable. That is not doable. But I am gonna try one pride specific bundle. That one would be probably specific for pride, simply because I don't know if it would be sustainable to always have it, or it would be something that got brought back at kind of like diabolical sticks, like on a schedule. It could come back if people really liked it. I would love to get to a point where throughout the year we can do bundles of specific colors together. And the reason pride flag, my hope, dream, and desire for pride flag bundles is not feasible, and I was looking at this, and this is how I figured it out, it's not feasible, at least this year, is that so many of the colors of the pride flag are not in our color range currently, so I'd be creating all new colors for all of those, which I think would be so much fun. But I would have to make candle making my full-time job to get that done, certainly by June. But it is a goal. It is a thing I'd like to get to. But I do have one bundle set I'd like to do for Pride. So we're gonna have to eeny meeny miny moe it on who we want to donate to specifically in Pride. I mean, the nice thing is if we do fundraisers and donations throughout the year, then you're not having to choose. Like everybody's gonna get some. I think for our spring sale, we'll pick another one, and which means then there will be a fundraiser over here on YouTube as well. So. Yeah. I keep thinking, talking about the mortgage thing in live chat, I keep, just wishing that we could get settled on escrow so it would at least stop going up every year. And that was after we actually did a mortgage modification a few years ago. It knocked a whole $100 off of our mortgage. And we did not actually feel that because escrow was so high.
And then when the insurance went up, it ate it up.
When we first bought this house in 2020, our home insurance was $1,600. And at the time, Florida is one of the states where we have high home insurance prices comparatively to other parts of the U.S. because it's a hurricane state. That's just the nature of it. The Gulf Coast states that have, like Louisiana and Mississippi, they're going to have, Alabama, they're going to have too because it's Hurricane Alley up there. But we were paying about $1,600 a year that first year. And we've made no major changes to our home other than our roof has gotten older. It is now, I can't remember if it's $4,200 or $4,700. It's one of the two, but it starts with a 4.
Yeah. It's on the upper end.
Yeah, and there's no finding cheaper.
Yeah, no.
I mean, we can find cheaper, but I cut coverage, and then that means we are exposed to more risk if something does happen, and this is Florida.
The Florida state government has pretty much turned their back on.
Yeah, they're not
the
doing
insurance
shit.
Company. They're
not doing
insurance
shit.
Companies are just charging whatever.
So, and downsizing, one, that's a lot, and when we move, it will be to move out of state.
Yeah.
But even downsizing here in our own state, we would actually pay more because interest rates are higher.
Higher now.
Our interest rate on our mortgage, we got it 2020, it was 3.25%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've priced it out, y'all. I'm like, how do we pay less for housing? How do we make this go down?
Yeah.
And in the state of Florida, to continue living in the area we live in, because this is around where we want to live, it's not. It's not.
Yeah. Well, we left the Bay Area.
Yeah,
to get
for
away
affordability.
from that because it was the affordability and crowding. We got here, I would say, just in the nick of time.
Yeah, we did. Oh my God.
And now the same thing has happened here.
Yeah. Well, the city we live in is, I think I mentioned this a couple weeks ago, per capita percentage-wise, the fastest growing town/city in the country.
Yeah.
And the amount of housing development that we have
Oh my
around here is
gosh.
crazy. It's crazy.
They are coming in with machines and just stripping everything bare.
Yup. Even though we are now complaining about money like really boring old people that we are, just a reminder for anybody who's joining us, it can also be a kinky Q&A while we're going. If you have a
Right.
question, tag us at Loving BDSM on no spaces, all one word, at Loving BDSM, in your question, and make sure your question can be contained within a single live chat message, and don't spam the channel. Ta-da! So, yeah, if we're going to go to all the trouble of moving, at this point, it will be to leave Florida.
Yeah.
We have our sights set on, can I say? Virginia. I watched I volunteered with their Get Out the Vote campaign. I was watching that election very closely. I'm still watching like some of the legislation that's getting passed. I'm loving that. I don't have a lot of faith that any of that will last forever, but I still like what I see. But it will take so much time and money to move home and business that it's not a fast thing at all. Not even close.
Yeah, no, it's not going to happen quickly, and you know, kind of here too, like a lot of other places, we're kind of waiting to see too if the supermajority, the Republican supermajority in the state is broken. But
And yet, you know, even if maybe we get lucky enough
I know.
to have an actual mix of whatever in our state legislature, I still don't trust it. I still don't trust it. Yeah, Leah, it's, you know, not everybody, but there's that message of it's better to own a home than to rent. And I don't think there's better than other than what your personal goals and preferences are, because we own our own home, and that is wonderful. And we don't have a landlord who can just arbitrarily change what we pay each month. We have a mortgage company who can. It's different. But it also means that we are then responsible. We got to get a new roof. We need new windows. We need, we have to do all that.
Yeah, we can't call the landlord and say, hey.
Right. And when you're swimming in easy access to money or good credit, maybe that's easier to do, and that people are like, oh, that's great. We are not, so we have to do these things, but we can't do them when we want to, right? Renting, because God, I did that for a very long time. If you've got a good landlord, great, call them and they fix something, or they maintain their properties so that they're decent. That's wonderful, but too many of us, and I am one of them, can get a landlord that doesn't do that. So there's no perfect solution. It's just pick your heart, I think. To the extent you can. Home ownership is not feasible for so many people now because it is so fucking unaffordable. So even if you want to buy a house, a lot of people can't buy a house. But it is not, in my opinion, the end all be all. Like, if it's a goal that you have for your own reasons, that's great. But no, each option has its own version of hard.
Yeah.
So. I bought my first house in 2008 too, Silent. It then got foreclosed on several years later while I was going through my divorce, but so yes, I have a foreclosure in my history too. Yeah. Well, that's depressing. I do know, every time we do a big thing, I learn a lesson, right? Like, thankfully, we get to learn lessons. I already know that whatever we buy next, even though we will have to make sure there's room for the business, I will buy smaller.
Mm-hmm.
I will buy something that requires less upkeep.
Oh, yeah. I second that.
Yeah. I loved having the space. I'd never had this kind of space before.
Yeah, no.
But now I'm like, we're trying to keep it mostly clean, and we're trying to take care of it. And I'm like, and we're broke. It's like, this is too much.
And the hours we actually work.
Yes,
so.
yes. Oh my God. Lord. Yeah, flights make me so nervous right now. We have another trip to Virginia in May. I priced out renting a car and driving versus flying, and technically it would have been it would have been cheaper to drive, even with gas prices like they are in hotels, but it would have taken like an extra 2 or 3 days on each end, and I was like, I can't do it. We're gonna have to try and fly and hope and pray that it is not a shit show when we need to go.
Tashu asked if we had a target date for moving. No, we do not.
No. No, I think it's more than a year away, maybe even 18 months away.
Right. There's a lot of things to decide before then, before we even set a date.
Yeah, because we don't know where we would go.
Right.
But we also have to plan financially to be able to close our business for a minimum of probably 2 weeks if we're lucky. I think we would be closed longer. I think we would be closed longer. Which is terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Terrifying. And we have to hope that when we do move, the housing market is decent enough that we can sell this place fairly quickly. Yeah. But we are going to do stuff to the house that needs to be done, not because we think we'll get any money we spend back in the sale. That very rarely happens, but just to maintain the perceived value. Yeah. On our street, every house is, 20, 30, 40 years old. This is an established street and neighborhood, and it's a lot more attractive to have a 40-year-old home with a new roof on it than with the 18-year-old roof on it. Right. So we have a lot we'd have to sort out. If we did not have the luxury of the youngest being able to do homeschool and for us to travel to get her the healthcare she needs, we would probably have to cut our losses and get out as fast as possible. But we can for right now at least, we can keep her safe and get her what she needs. And so currently, I understand it could change at any point, we have the luxury of being able to methodically get this together. But so yeah. Yeah, we bought a house in 2008 at a time when everything was a foreclosure, and the federal and state government were desperate to get people to buy houses. So we got this crazy first-time home buyer grant that ended up covering all of our closing costs, and I think all of our down payment too. I don't think I paid a dime to buy a house. And yeah, I think I even got cut a refund from the difference because of the grant. So yeah,
back in the day I got that's how I bought my first house, with a first time home buyer bond.
Yeah. Julie asks, does our roof actually need replacing or just painting? Oh, we have to replace it because the insurance company could tell us we don't have coverage at any given point if they chose to.
Right.
So the age of the roof, if you can, it's better to just replace it, because at least then your insurance won't necessarily go down, but they usually won't bump you off the rolls.
Right, yeah.
And I know that because when I bought that house in 2008, 6 months later, I had to replace the roof then, because the insurance company was like, replace it or we will not insure you.
And they do that a lot. They do that a lot down here.
Yeah, down here, I don't know what it's like in any other state, but in Florida, these insurance companies are brutal.
They could tell you to take a tree out of your yard.
Yeah, we have a beautiful tree in our front yard, and every so often I'm like, oh my God, I hope. Yeah. It's why I'm a little leery of even changing to a different home insurer, because brand new policies are prime time for somebody to drive
Yeah.
by your house or look it
Mhm.
up on Google Maps or whatever
Right.
and go, you need to do this quickly, like within the next 30, 60, 90 days, or we will not insure you.
But yeah,
Bye, Tayshu.
have a old growth oak in the front yard, and it's beautiful. Do
I
our best
know.
to keep it maintained and trimmed.
I know, but I'm afraid of it coming down,
Yeah.
but I'm afraid of an insurance company or somebody saying it has to come down.
Right.
So I know. All of our conversations were so old. We're so old. I know the common wisdom is you should not stay with an auto insurance company for too long because you're not getting the best rate. I've been with Geico 15 years, maybe longer. But every time I go to shop around for auto insurance, it's more expensive than what I'm getting with Geico.
Well,
So it's like, well, fuck, I guess I'm here.
and again, I don't know what it's like in other places. Here in Florida,
Oh, yeah.
the auto.
I think it's been
just
happening
like
across the country, but Florida is one of the states that gets hit the hardest on auto insurance premiums. And the thing that is said is it's all the car accidents and it's all of the fraud of people creating car accidents, whatever. I'm going to bet it's just greedy corporations desperate to make billions in profit per quarter.
Get that bottom line.
That's what I think it is. Oh, if we talk about food, I might get hungry. Oh, I forgot that, our insurance companies will use drones, too.
Now, yeah.
Yeah, which, here's the thing. I would question the legality of that anyway, because they are, I guess depending on where the drone went, they could potentially be on private property, right? I guess maybe not. Maybe if it, I don't know anything about drones. But if you want to get a top-down view of my house, my understanding is there's a certain amount up above that you get to kind of, that's yours. Not
like
that high, but yeah.
Like a bubble kind of thing?
I thought so. I thought I heard that.
Don't know.
I don't actually fucking know. I hear things all the time. Some stuff sticks, some stuff doesn't. But Leah asked, what's our favorite thing to cook together? We do not cook together.
No.
We annoy the shit out of each other.
We love one another too much to try and cook together.
I don't know. We have a good sized kitchen. It is not a small kitchen.
No.
When we are trying to be in the kitchen together, it's the smallest fucking room in the house. JB has an amazing ability to always be standing right where I need him to not be standing. Yeah. Is that the drawer I need to get something out of? That is
superpower.
So no, we do not cook together.
No.
We divide duties. If one of us is cooking, the other one is dealing with dishes. And even then, we don't really make it that separate because either one of us will start doing dishes. Even if it's not our turn to do dishes, we'll still do dishes. No, we're not even good at just one of us being in the kitchen with the other. It's like, I know me is get out of my space. I'm working here. I don't know what your mindset is when that happens.
I don't think I'm as
rigid as
you, but I know when she's cooking, I'll stay out of the. I learned to stay out of the kitchen, and I will sit in the dining room. I'll sit at the dining room table.
Yeah.
And talk to you from there.
If I'm paying attention.
Yeah.
If I get focused on what I'm doing, I don't hear fucking things.
Exactly.
Mr. Spock says, airspace is considered public property, and generally they fly high enough to stay out of the limit range. Okay. Oh, goodness.
Excuse me.
Ugh, food. Yeah. No, I got nothing on food. I don't have any cravings for anything right now, and I'd like to keep it that way. And no. I think I don't know when we're going to be able to do it because I redid our budget and went, oh, we're spending way too much money on random Diet Cokes and Monster energy drinks. Neither of us drink Monsters, but the 16-year-old does. So we have cut some things back to be less ridiculous. But one of the things that I've been wanting that we're not getting because we're trying to cut back is I would kill for some wings from Wingstop. I like wings in general, but I have found that I really like the bone-in wings from Wingstop. Oh my god! What was for dinner? McDonald's. Crispy bacon, hell yeah. I have not been in the mood for bacon recently. I mean, I like bacon if it's cooked right. I don't even like to order bacon out at restaurants when we're getting breakfast or whatever. I don't even when I tell them, look, you can burn it. It can be charred. I'll be okay with that. Nobody trusts themselves or me to give it to me the way I've asked for it, as crispy as I want it, and so it's always a little chewy, and so I'm like, I'll just order fucking sausage. I'm not doing it.
Well, even me, in a way, I make an egg sandwich every morning, most mornings, and I've started use the Canadian bacon.
Okay. Canadian bacon. Is it just ham? Why is it called Canadian bacon? No, I'm not expecting the Canadians to be able to answer this. I recognize that things get named for other locations and have nothing to do with those locations, but sometimes they do. So, why do we call Canadian bacon Canadian bacon? If anybody knows, please feel free to tell me. Andre wants to start a war. How do I feel about our Instagram handle and why? Fucking hate that goddamn handle. Pisses me off so bad. Oh my god. I've actually been ignoring our Instagram. I tried to get back into posting, and then I stopped. And I just... I'm really good at marketing, can't you tell? I don't know. I think I'm having a problem with, even though it's not the same as being on a live stream or being in person, there's a level of being perceived on social media that I just cringe away from. I just don't want it. Even though I know social media is a great place to start conversations and for people to find us and to help more people, and I know all the reasons, both professionally and just as a person in the digital age, and I'm just no, I don't want to. I don't. And every time I think, no, I can do this. Let's start recording some video. Let's make some more reels and memes. But I just don't. Leah asked what our favorite sweets are if we eat them. Oh, we eat sweets. Do you have a favorite?
I'm a chocolate person.
You are a chocolate person.
And
I used to be. But...
I love me good dark chocolate.
Yeah, now a piece of dark chocolate? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I am dark chocolate like that. I am a jelly bean girl. In the fall, I am a... Oh my god. Candy corn girl. Yes, I couldn't think of the name. Thank you for being the other half of my brain. I like cake, but as a vehicle for frosting. I'll eat good cake. No problem. But really, I'm there for the frosting. I am not a fan of really thin layers of frosting. Why are you just edging me like that? That's not what I'm here for. We try not to eat too many sweets. JB had to cut way back because of his health, and then I was well, in solidarity. But I am a give me a little sweet treat after dinner almost every night kind of girl.
Yeah, at this point, I've pretty much cut out about 75% sugar from my diet.
Yeah. Oh, I love candy corn.
Yeah, you do.
There was a time I could eat that really high percentage, not as high as 90, but up there, and I can't do that anymore. The one we're currently on is 65. It's not that high, but it's good. Okay, I'm getting some Canadian bacon facts. Canadian bacon is just a smoked pork loin. Okay. It's not ham, it's pork loin. It's been smoked and cured. Okay. But why is it called bacon then? Yeah, I don't like the flavor. I must not like the smoked. I love bacon. I don't like ham. And even if it's pork loin, I've had Canadian bacon. I didn't like the flavor. Silence says Canadian bacon is more ham adjacent than bacon. Andre said, instead of stirring the pot, I'll ask an actual BDSM question. What are our favorite aftercare routines and snacks? Candy corn is delicious, Stephen Bunny. I'm sorry that it doesn't, and Leah too. Candy corn is delicious. But not the candy fucking pumpkin. Give me the candy corn.
Candy corn, yeah.
Not those little pumpkin bullshit.
Yeah, the pumpkins are different. They look the same, but they're different.
Yeah, I don't like it. Anyway, aftercare routines and snacks. Well, I know if the water gets brought into the bedroom, there will be a need for it afterwards. So we do like some cold ass fucking water. That's for sure.
When we used to go to the club in Pasco County on a regular basis, obviously with the water, cheese was a big aftercare snack for you.
Oh, I love a cheese and cracker. Like, I think my girl dinner, air quote that from the internet, is cheese and crackers. Yeah. I'll just, ooh.
And then we had your special Hello Kitty blanket.
A soft blanket, yeah. I don't know that I could do a blanket anymore because once I get hot, I stay hot. And even when I've come down from the adrenaline rush and all the, nice little brain chemicals, whatever, I'm always a little warm, and now that's just more so in general. So I don't even know if I could do a blanket anymore like I used to be able to. But I do like soft textures, like nothing abrasive, nothing rough, nothing. I like a dimly lit room, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Once we've come down from everything. I like it so with aftercare, when we've needed it like that. These days it is wipe the body fluids off. I go pee because who needs a UTI? Gulp some water, and then we just we lay side by side on the bed and let the cold air hit us. And once we stop sweating, then we will cuddle. That's what it looks like these days. When it was more intense, because the play was more intense, I always liked just the fact that you did these things to take care of me. So so when we would have a scene in such a way that there would definitely be aftercare, part of the ritual of that is I laid out all the toys. I didn't know what the hell he was going to use, but I put them out there. So there was the mind fuck of knowing what could be coming and blah, blah, blah. And it was also service, right? So when the scene's over and I'm bundled up or I'm like stretched out because it's too hot and sweaty, whatever it is, JB is putting away the toys. JB is getting me food. In really intense, it's been years, but really intense subspace moments, he was putting the bottle of water to my mouth, or putting the piece of cheese in my mouth, or the piece of chocolate in my mouth. And I loved that. There's that aspect of being taken care of that just hits my baby girl soul, like just deep. But yeah, it was usually get a few calories in me, get some hydration in me, and just kind of like let me float until I kind of come back. Remember when we were young enough too? Remember when I was young enough and the knees were less crunchy and I could kneel?
Yeah.
Remember when I could ride? I really need to start doing some lower body exercises because I would ride again just to save your damn back, but these legs can't handle it. Leah asks, what brand of crackers? So I love a wheat thin or a generic version. Love a wheat thin. I was very late to Triscuits because I was always suspicious of it because of the look and what I thought the texture would be. But
it had somewhat of a resemblance to a mini wheat.
Yeah, a little bit like a Weetabix kind of thing. Yeah. But I once had that with I think a soft cheese, and I really fucking loved that. I like a saltine. I don't love Ritz. I will eat Ritz, but I don't choose those immediately. I only know them from Keebler, the club cracker. They're like the narrow, because they're buttery. I like those too. I like crunch. That's my preferred food kind of sensation. I don't know if you could tell from the crispy bacon debate. So like a softer cracker is, don't like that. I think that's part of what I don't like about Ritz. It's not a good crunch.
Yeah.
With saltines, what I really like about a saltine, because those are fucking crumbly, is the salt. The salt part of it is what I like about it. But if I'm having cheese and crackers, I will eat whatever cracker is available, and it'll be okay. And I will not be unhappy. I'm way back in the chat now. Silent said English bacon is where it's at, and I think I recall English bacon from when we went to London.
I don't remember anymore.
I did not like that. I did not like that. I don't know if it's I didn't know how to order it, or that's just how it always is cooked. And I don't know, but that I didn't like that. I did not like the bacon I had in the UK. Peanut butter and pickle, Silent? Is it a bread and butter pickle? Is it a sweet pickle or is it a dill pickle? Oh no. Mr. Spock, I bet JB thinks the same thing. Mr. Spock said, I wish I remembered life without arthritis.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I think I'm remembering their bacon properly, and I did not like it. Look, I was here for give me beans and even mushy peas, and I fucking hate peas, and tomatoes with my like, I did the whole English breakfast thing. Of course, we were there. Yeah. We got to do it. And there were some things on my plate I would not normally eat or eat for breakfast, and that was fine. But that bacon, they keep that shit. I'm trying to imagine the flavors together of peanut butter and a pickle. I won't eat a sweet pickle, bread and butter. I don't like a sweet pickle. I don't like sweet relish. Nope, dill all the way. But I'm thinking about those two flavors combined is not doing it for me. I know it's a don't knock it till you try it, but nope, I don't want to try it. Did not do blood pudding, Mr. Spock. Did not do blood pudding. Yeah, Silent. The fatty bit I think would have been fine on the English bacon, but it was not cooked right. Dill pickle with mustard and mayo, I think for me it would depend on the ratio of mustard to mayo, because the sour of the pickle and the sour of the mustard, the mayo would have to cut that. Like we had hamburgers this week. We ate hamburger. I cooked burgers this week. I put pickle and mustard and mayo on my burger, but I got all those other flavors in. But when I have pickles on my burger, my mustard, it's a little bit of mustard. It's a light amount of mustard, and they're separated. Like my pickles will be on the top part of my bun, on top of my patty, and my mustard will be on the bottom. We are separating out our sour flavors. And yet I remember being young and I'd eat anything sour. I remember when I desperately wanted a piece of lemon that my dad, I think we were like out at a restaurant. He's like, you do not want to eat this lemon. It is sour. I'm like, no, I want to eat the lemon. So he lets me have the lemon thinking I'm about to learn a hard lesson. One, I can look back now and go, that's where your stubbornness started to come out. Because it was probably the sourest thing I'd ever had in my mouth. up to that point, and I remember tears, and I kept that fucking piece of lemon in my mouth because I had to prove everybody wrong. But after that, like, you could probably find me at that time sucking on a lemon. I loved warheads. I liked anything sour. Oh, the bigger and more sour the pickle, the better. Now, oh no, I can't do that. I can't do that at all. Nope.
Yeah. And Andre, I'm with you. Yeah, no, don't do the head cheese.
Blood pudding and head cheese both.
Yeah.
It's.
My dad ate it like he just ate it, man. He was. I tried it. Get that away from me.
No. We got less than 15 minutes left, so if anybody has any kinky questions for the Q&A that is technically going on, I promise, feel free to drop that in the live chat. I'm looking at the chat, make sure I hadn't. For the 16-year-old, for chemistry, she does air quote at-home labs, and they're kind of basic things. I'm fine with that. But the most recent one is she had to make her own pickles, and they gave a recipe and blah, blah, blah. I had to go buy like materials for it, whatever. Those are some sour ass pickles. But now that using that kind of little recipe that she had in the lab, I'm like, I'm kind of tempted. Can we make our own garlic dills? I would like that. Talk about blood pudding. Poor Leah.
I know.
Yeah, I like a pickle spear, and I like a garlic dill. Oh my gosh, I remember a million years ago as a kid getting the Vlasic that was sold in the refrigerated section.
Yeah.
That was the height of pickle luxury for me. We were like, that was the good pickle.
I used to love me a good pickle slice. And anymore, I'm kind of just like soured on them.
Stop. Oh, my mom, not like would eat a whole thing of raw ground beef, but if we were making meatloaf or making hamburger patties, she would absolutely take some bites of raw ground beef. And as a kid, I would too. I could not do it now. The texture alone, I could not do it. But she would put like tons of salt on the little bite. Back then, I thought it was good. Would not do it now.
Years ago, there was a Irish restaurant in Clearwater. They served raw ground beef.
Okay. I couldn't now. I'm just thinking about the texture of ground beef, but I don't know why my mom did. I don't know where she got that from. She fucking loved it. She did not cook often, so she wasn't like chowing down on raw ground beef all the time. But I definitely remember that. This is also the woman who, if she did the things she did 30, 40 years ago today, she'd be considered an almond mom. More social media lingo. Because she would be like, oh, I'll just drink the pickle juice out of the pickle jar, and then I won't be hungry. And I would drink it because I liked things that were sour. I would not drink it now. Looking back, I'm like, oh my God, Mom, that's so unhealthy and toxic. I'm so sorry diet culture did that to you. Oh, X, I know that now. I know it's dangerous. I would never do it now. I don't know where it came from for her. She might have told me, but I've never tried Kool-Aid pickles. I can promise you that. I've never had steak tartare. I would probably try a bite, but I think I would be very hesitant because of texture more than anything.
Okay. Yeah, I'd be open to trying it.
Yeah, that's not my main dish because I would not trust that I would actually like that. But if somebody wants to share a bite with me, I'm down. Silent says, I like my steak where it's just a touch above trying to crawl off the plate. That was the steak I was raised on. That's how my dad cooked steak. And as he got older, as I got older, it got bloodier. He liked to do, I think there's a few different names it's called, but he always called it the black and blue, where you seared the outside to try and get like as close to a char as you could, but the inside was basically raw.
Yeah.
The last time I had that, I was, I think, a senior in high school, and it was so rare raw. I almost couldn't stomach it. The texture was...
Oh, wow.
So I'm now a medium rare girl. But I love me a good char and sear on the outside of a steak.
The way I do them, when I used to cook them on the grill all the time, 5 minutes on one side, 5 minutes on the other, and then let it sit for 5.
Yeah. I'm down for get the flames rip roaring, burn it on the outside. But yeah. I had to become a medium rare girl because rare was like... Nope. We were at Chili's a few weeks ago. We had a gift card. We used this past Christmas's gift card before the year was up. I'm very proud of us. We still have a gift card to, oh my God, Cheesecake Factory that is over a year old, but that we haven't used. But we went to Chili's and I got like one of the little sirloins, and I knew it's Chili's. It's a small sirloin. I didn't have high expectations. I should have asked for rare, and it would have come out medium rare. I asked for medium rare. It came out at best medium, and I went, fine. This is fine. It's fine.
Everything is fine.
But I need it to be a little bloody inside. I need to be a little squidgy, but I can't do the really rare anymore.
Yeah, no. Me either.
And it is just a texture thing. It's not it's not a flavor thing. It is texture, pure texture. See, we got to the food portion. But now that's making me crave steak, like a good steak.
Yeah.
When beef prices were not ridiculous, we would get ribeyes from Sam's. Because it was definitely a better price per pound.
Used to get some good prices.
I love ribeye is my favorite, followed by New York strip. Sirloin, I'm like, I will, but I'm not brave enough to put Kool-Aid packet, even with no sugar, in my pickles. I'm not. What is it? Oh, this chair. The slouching. I hurt my own butt from the slouching. What does the Kool-Aid do to the flavor? Because you're not putting the sugar in. I'm watching this in live chat. We're not sweetening it. So whatever Kool-Aid tastes like without sugar, I don't know. I never did just eat straight or taste straight Kool-Aid. What does, other than changing the color, which I assume it would do, what does the Kool-Aid do to the pickle? Like... no, I'm not brave like that. But God, now I want a steak. And a good baked potato. Oh my God. Oh my, I like potatoes in any form. I have not found a potato I did not like. No. I remember being a kid, and I don't know if it's something my dad would do, or if it was something like my great-grandmother, who did a lot of cooking, would do. There would be boiled cabbage, boiled potatoes, and then, like, I don't know if it was a sausage or a kielbasa or whatever, but it was barely seasoned boiled cabbage and boiled potato. And that was when I would be like, I need salt and I need butter, but I could eat just a boiled fucking potato. My family knew better. Like, we season our food. I was raised to heavily season food, to not be afraid of seasonings, flavor. Just boiled cabbage and potatoes. I don't know. I don't know what we were doing. I'm going to need the spring sale to be very successful, because I think for Mother's Day, I would like a ribeye and a baked potato. Not that we have to, It's like Valentine's Day. I'm not going to a restaurant on Mother's Day. Are you fucking kidding me? We can cook it at home. I don't care, but I think that's what I want.
I'll make it happen.
Boiled cabbage smells so bad, but I could eat the shit out of boiled cabbage. It smells so bad. I like cabbage. I like sauteed cabbage. Of course, I like coleslaw. I like cabbage, but it's not good. Yeah, we will be getting ready to fly out to Virginia on Mother's Day. Our flight leaves at 7 a.m. from Orlando on Monday, the day after Mother's Day. And we live on a good day 2 hours from the airport. That's going to be a long ass day. We're going to get into our hotel room and just like pass out on the bed. No. Oh, my parents would try to make me eat boiled asparagus or canned asparagus that was just lightly heated up. Give me roasted. I have taught JB that many a vegetable is heavily improved by fucking roasting that shit in the oven.
Yeah. Kayla said to me one time, how you feel about Brussels sprouts? And that was a big hard no from me.
I know. It's like, and I like roasted Brussels sprouts. It's the only way I learned how to eat them.
My mom used to make Brussels sprouts. She boiled them until they were just like...
What was it? Was it something about the generation of food safety, or was there some other reason? Why do all of the old people, the people who were my elders, why did they boil the shit out of vegetables?
I know.
I mean, there are several reasons, but one of the reasons I hate peas is because, oh my God, they would be boiled within an inch of their life, and then they were drab green. Now, I will say this, my personal one exception to why did you boil it like that, and actually you don't boil them when you cook them this way, but lima beans. I like them overcooked because I like that texture.
Yeah.
I like the flavor. But why were our elders boiling the shit out of everything?
Because, yeah, when you roasted the Brussels sprouts,
then you started liking Brussels sprouts.
That was a whole different experience, man. Woo.
Asparagus, Brussels sprouts.
Yeah.
Now,
you even did one time the roasted beets.
Yeah, roasted beets are good. Goat cheese, yep. Yeah. Silent says pan-fried Brussels sprouts with bacon and onions. I bet that's fucking good.
That sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't help but think, was there some reason they all did that? Every family I ever came across were like, we were eating at their house or we were talking.
It was a generation of overboiled vegetables and ambrosia jello.
Oh, I never had that one, but I surely have seen some monstrosities. The fruit molds
yes.
with calling it a salad and not a nary a vegetable.
Right.
If you're lucky, maybe some crushed pineapple to call it a fruit-based thing. I know that still exists. The stereotype is Midwest kind of thing is where the one that threw me off, and I had heard of it, and I think, older family members served it when I was young, really little, but nobody ever made me eat it. And the first time I ate it, I was a teenager, and I was like, what the fuck is happening? It was a pear slice with cheddar cheese, mayo, and a cherry. What the fuck was happening there? I've also seen pear, mayo, cherry, no cheese. I don't know what the fuck happened there.
That's new to me. Well, it is 10 o'clock.
It is 10 o'clock. I don't know. I've had raw turnips. Sliced turnips, right? We've had turnips.
I don't know.
Am I thinking of the...
I
don't know.
Just an aunt that used to boil
No,
turnips.
I've not had turnips. I was thinking of something else, but no, I've not had turnips. No. I want to try, because I know people do it. I've never done it. I'm not a huge carrot fan. When they're raw, that's too crunchy. And I love crunch, but it's too much. I don't like it. It's overwhelming. when they're cooked, I don't know if it's I can't tell, is it a texture thing or a flavor thing. We have some carrots. I might try it this weekend. I want to roast carrots and see what that's like. I know people do it. I've just never tried it.
I used to make
okra. Oh, I love okra. Okra's so good. Okra does not love meat, but okra, I love okra.
See, that's something I never developed a taste for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no.
But now a bowl of grits.
Good grits.
Yeah.
Okra, my mom is the one that got me hooked on okra, and we would eat both fried, which, oh, so good, and yes, my mom, boiled, I guess she must have done. I don't know. I just know that you picked it up, fork or fingers, depending on, whatever, and you ate everything but the little tip, and just, oh my gosh.
Used to make a
eggplant is so good. I love eggplant.
Used to make a basil carrot in a frying pan.
Okay. Feel free to make that again if you'd like.
Okay. I still have the recipe.
I love okra, but no, over the years, my stomach gets so sick after okra. I'll still eat it, but I have to mentally know that it'll be a miserable time. So, everybody has their own personal preference, but as a deep South Southern girl, thinking about sugar on my grits, there's a little bit of a full body twinge there. I did try it once as a kid, and it was not right. It just was not right to me.
I've never had it with sugar. I've always put a little butter.
Yep, and cheese grits is delicious.
Grits.
But
Shrimp and grits.
You can fuck up grits so easily. Yeah. They're not actually hard to make, but they're super easy to fuck up. And bad grits, but good grits,
when they're done right.
I learned, and I don't know if the shrimp and grits I just learned recently from a history podcast I like is from the am I gonna get it wrong, the Gullah Geechee people. It's currently, like in America, it's coastal off of South Carolina coast, I think. Really? I think I'm saying that right, but if I'm not, somebody please correct me. But I did not to me, shrimp and grits is just a Southern thing, or my first time experience with it is around New Orleans kind of cuisine. And I figured, okay, it's Creole, it's Cajun, it's whatever, and maybe it became that, but apparently it started
there. Okay. Wow.
No. Grits is just cornmeal. Maybe made with water. I've seen some people make it with milk, but it's just cornmeal. It tastes like nothing and can feel a little bit like sand in your mouth. But if you get it creamy and then add butter, and then what you do after that, you can add sugar. The one time I ever mentioned sugar in grits or heard somebody talk about sugar in grits when I was a kid, every Southern woman in like a 5-mile radius cussed. I was an immediate violent reaction, and I've just never forgotten it. But yeah. Oh, Kim, thank you. Yeah, I was surprised because I'm not going to try and speak on the origins of the Gullah Geechee people, but I do believe they were enslaved Africans. I don't know the rest. They have their own culture, did and do their own culture. They're all kinds, and then they influenced America. But yeah, and I don't know enough, so I don't want to speak on it because I'll fuck it up. But yeah, it's fascinating that's where shrimp and grits came from. A lot of things came from the Gullah Geechee people, apparently, from what I've sort of learned over time. But yeah.
Fascinating.
We had a place when we lived in Tarpon Springs, Tampa Bay area, called Johnny Grits. They made you could get grits with anything on the menu. They did breakfast and dinner, lunch, whatever. That was some of the best grits I've ever had in my life.
Didn't they? What was it they had? Andouille?
Andouille.
Andouille sausage.
Yeah. I don't like andouille sausage. I don't like the spice /season.
But yeah, if you're ever in Tarpon Springs, look up Johnny Grits if they're
If
still
they're
there.
still there. If they're
If
still
they're
there.
still there.
Yeah. Oh. Now I'm really hungry, and it's too late to be eating
I know.
anything.
Well, you know, talking about Johnny Grits, and it makes me think about Ozona Pig and Lucky
Yeah.
Dill and
Ozona Pig, that was barbecue. They were good. They were a little overpriced, but they were good.
yeah.
Lucky Dill.
You never left there hungry.
No, you didn't. You usually were bringing a box home.
Yeah.
Lucky Dill it's a full service restaurant, massive menu, but it's based off of and has like a deli and a bakery, like the New York
It's
of.
a New York vibe. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's so good.
Mm-hmm.
That's so
Yeah, 'cause they do like the massive corned beef sandwiches.
Yeah,
you know,
pastrami sandwiches, Reuben, stuff like that. Oh my
Yeah.
God, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we didn't do this when we lived there because we'd go to Lucky Dill fairly frequently because it was close enough and it was a good restaurant, whatever. So we just eat there when kids ate free.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I knew every place that did a kids eat free situation.
Oh yeah.
That's when we would eat out, as if kids could eat free.
Mm-hmm.
And now, so depressing. Food bills are so high when they eat like fucking adults. Anyway, when we've gone back to visit for different reasons, and we are lucky enough to get to go to Lucky Dill, what we do now that we didn't do before is go into their bakery and we're like, what pastries can we bring home? What cookies can we bring home? What breads can we bring home? Yeah. I know we just redid our budget and we were like, we're gonna stop doing so much of blah blah blah. But now I'm like, I would like to go someplace that will serve me grits. I know we won't, but still.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll be in Virginia next month. Maybe and we got several days there. Maybe we'll
true.
find a place.
We might.
It is after 10.
It is.
I know. You keep giving me side eye.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to go. We stayed over. Thank y'all for being here.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, everybody, for your questions and your joining us in the chaos. We ran the gamut of random things to talk about, from housing prices and mortgages to grits. And Andre asks if you'll ever get another motorcycle. He has one. You have a Can-Am now.
Yeah.
There's issues with him, and
Yeah.
he's not riding it right now, but he has one.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for being here. We'll see you next time.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.